Welcome, welcome, welcome to the second part of the t-shirt printing calendar here. And I see people coming in already. Good afternoon. Hello, Central Texas. Hello, PA, Georgia, Waco. A lot of Texans in here today. I love it. Oh, another Texan in there. That's awesome. I'm going to just stall here for a minute as we wait for a few more people to join us here and let this lobby fill on up. I hope you are a chatty bunch today. This is a really, really good webinar and going to give you tons of ideas for the rest of the year. If you haven't already, you could go to transferexpress.com and download the part 1 ebook that we've put together. Of course, the webinars are always recorded and available on our YouTube channel. If you are not currently subscribed to our YouTube channel, we put tons of content up there, everything inspirational, educational, the how-to videos, everything from our Easy View Online Designer to what's trending and what kind of trends we see in the market, what layouts are brand new. So it's really, really cool to be a part of the community there. We also love hearing from you guys. If you have any topics on what you want to see featured either in these webinars or on our YouTube videos or our TikTok or anywhere, just let us know, because we absolutely love making content for you guys. And I mean, what Transfer Express is all about is really helping your t-shirt business. So we want to be here for you. We want to be a resource for you in any way you could help. Just let us know. And I mean, it goes both ways. We are constantly inspired by you guys. And if you are an active customer with us, you do have access to our Easy Prints Dealers group on Facebook, which is just an exclusive community of heat pressers, really, who know how to use Easy View and use transfers to, you know, maximize their profit and run a successful t-shirt business. So we absolutely love interacting and hearing from you guys. And oh man, so many people in here today. I'm so excited to go through this. And oh man, Maryland, Virginia, Las Vegas. Oh, I can't wait to get back to Las Vegas, Wyoming, Alabama. I hope everybody is having a wonderful afternoon. But looks like we got a lot of people in here. Before I do go one step further, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Dave. I'm a marketing specialist here at Transfer Express, and I love seeing the impact that we can make for you guys and your t-shirt businesses. It's just so cool. It's so rewarding, and I love what I do, and I'm so glad you guys are here for the ride. So without further ado, we will get this thing started here. So timing is everything here. We're going to jump into a whole bunch of stuff and a whole bunch of content down into the rest of this webinar, and everything here is kind of set 1 month ahead so that you could get prepared, get your designs together, and get your offerings out there ready to sell. So we always say start your promotions in the months listed here on this. The ebook is the same exact way. Everything's kind of a month ahead so you could prepare, get everything ready, your Etsy store, your social media, content campaigns, or if you are using the Stall Spirit sale, you could get everything set up. If you're using MailChimp or any other e-commerce, you could start to get those ideas planted, especially if you're running a custom decorating t-shirt business. It's nice to get these ideas out in front of people so that they don't forget. And getting in front of them is going to be a lot easier than having to, you know, play rush game if it's a week out from the event or the occasion, and now you're really stuck trying to jam everything through. Things go wrong when you're rushing and you can't meet deadlines, and we don't want to see that happen. So we want to be as prepared as possible and want to make sure that you are prepared to have the best experience, give your customers the best experience. If you're selling your own clothing designs, this is a great idea too, because you could get out in front of any, you know, events happening and be able to get in front of your customers with the right offering at the right time. Say like we know 4th of July is coming up and you don't want to be advertising the week of 4th of July. You don't have time to ship those orders. Even if you already have the transfers and everything ready to go, get at least 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks ahead, and you're going to build in plenty of buffer to be able to fulfill your orders and hit that success. So timing is everything. Now, we make things pretty easy here in Easy View Online Designer. All of the designs that you're going to see today that we're going to present to you that are in coordination with occasions or events or sports are all created in Easy View. If you don't already know, it is a free online designer. All you need is a Transfer Express account. And that's right, no fee, no nothing. You don't even have to put your credit card in when you're creating an account. Just sign up and you have access to our EasyView Online Designer. And I do have a design background. I absolutely love our EasyView. Not only if you don't have a design background, there's tons of pre-made templates, clip arts, fonts, everything loaded in there that you could just customize easily. Say you want a basketball layout, or you like one of the basketball layouts and you want it to be baseball. Just swap the basketball for the baseball, and now it's a baseball layout. There's just endless possibilities in there. And especially if, you've struggled with creating designs that don't really sell, a lot of the designs that we put in EasyView are just tried and true, tested designs that constantly sell. And just easily customizing them for your league or your community makes it really, really easy to be able to give those offerings without having to spend the time designing or the knowledge, or, a lot of people aren't designers, and this makes it super easy. We have a full staff of on designers, and we're constantly releasing new layouts and clip art every single week. We're adding new fonts. So again, if you want to see anything, just let us know, because we are constantly listening to you guys and we're putting things in there that's going to help you. So that's what we're here for. Now, EasyView is awesome for designing t-shirts. You could even mock things up in there, and we'll go into that in just 1 minute. But there is a very, very cool advantage into EasyView, is that not only if you use the EasyView Online Designer to provide the artwork for your t-shirt, it ships faster, but it's also cheaper. So it is slightly less than if you're uploading your own artwork. Now, EasyView is super powerful to the point where if you upload vector artwork, you can even change the colors of specific elements and control them very, very similar to how our layouts are built. If you want to build gang sheets, you could do that all here. If you have worked with a designer in the past who has given you some logos or some designs, and you have the vector files of that, you could load them right in here and save money by maximizing the gang sheets. And if you don't know what a gang sheet is having several different artwork or layouts, clip arts, fonts, anything all on the same sheet. So you could kind of see here in this example that we have up on screen, there's the elves or the gnomes, or the gnomes, the USA gnomes, we'll say. So they are on that in the EasyView Online Designer. That's exactly what it looks like, but there's a dotted line, and that shows you your sheet size. Some of our transfers you could order just individually based on size, but a lot of our screen printed transfers come on a gang sheet. So you're paying for the 11.5 by 18-inch sheet always. So that's what you're paying for, is printing on this sheet. So maximize the artwork and put everything you can onto that sheet, which is not only lowering the print cost per image you're putting on there, but maximizing your profit, especially if you're doing multiple locations, if you're doing a back print or a sleeve print in addition to the front side. What we've seen tons of people be doing, especially on like TikTok, these small businesses blowing up, they're branding their apparel, and they're using the extra space on their gang sheets to put inside tags or just little versions of their logo that they could sneak in the upper back print. And now that kind of stuff, that's marketing that doesn't really cost you anything extra. It's empty space on the sheet. And then when your end customer is out there wearing the shirt that you printed for them, they are representing your brand. So if somebody sees it, Carolina Custom Tees, I know where to go. Putting we have a whole bunch of stuff on branding out there. And I'm sure my helper behind the scenes, Mike, could link it into the comments section here. So very, very, very cool stuff. I did mention that it is cheaper and it is quicker for your transfers to ship in EasyView. So we want to be transfer express. And so if you design a one color image here in EasyView, it still ships the next day if ordered before 11 a.m. So we do have our production cutoff. So you just have to watch out for that. But very, very powerful tool, absolutely free. Hashtag sorry, not sorry, Adobe, but you don't really need them all that much anymore. Now you could even design your own custom artwork. If you do want to design, you could design right here in EasyView Online Designer. There's tons of shapes and clip arts and fonts that you could choose from and set your design up however you want, which is really, really cool. So one of the hot tips that we tell people all the time is if you're unsure if something's really going to sell, you could always create a few designs right here in EasyView Online Designer, screenshot them, and then just post them up on social media. So that's something that we do quite often for when we're going to trade shows. We like printing a custom specific transfer that we're going to bring to a trade show so that we could demo it with people. You could print your own t-shirt at the trade shows that we go to. We were going to Graphics Pro Expo in Indianapolis next week. So if you're in the Indy area, we would love to see, or at really anywhere in the Midwest. But we put about 4 to 5 designs together for each show. Just screenshot them here in EasyView Online Designer and put them up on our Facebook. Then we allow our followers to vote on which design they like best. And then they pick it. We produce the transfers and take them to the show with us for the attendees to print themselves. So it's a great way to find out what your customers want before you spend a single dime. So really, really cool tip. Now, I kind of want to show you how that happens. Here is what EasyView Online Designer looks like. Stars and stripes forever. And this is our main image here. Now, you could just screenshot this. You could see a little bit clearer now the dotted line, the 11.5 by 14 inch gang sheet that's there on the EasyView Online Designer. That's going to give you your artboard or your transfer sheet size. And here we have just the one artwork, the one layout here. Now, this is a layout that you could customize. You could change the words, whatever you want. If you want to switch the stars out for something else or the stripes out for something else, you absolutely could. It's really, really powerful. But see here on the right-hand side, there's that little blue square. Now, that little blue square is your apparel color, so your actual fabric color. There's a ton of different colors in there. You could pick whichever one that you're thinking. If you already have blanks, stocked at your business, you could absolutely just pick the color of the blank and design specifically to it. Or if you're thinking of a certain design like this one for 4th of July, go ahead and make it blue. This is how you could easily screenshot these designs, put them up and say, hey, I'm taking pre-orders, or hey, which one do you guys want to see? The pre-orders are a great way to actually get people invested into it, because then you're already subsidizing the cost of you to print up front, especially if you're using like a Shopify or WooCommerce, Wix even, where you could be generating revenue before you actually produce the product. Now, there's a lot of pressure on you then to fulfill that order and keep your customers happy. But it is just really, really cool that you could do that and just provide everything up front for your customers before you really dive into spending money. You change all of your artwork stuff here on the left-hand side. If you're unfamiliar, right at the top, add text, add clip art, add layout, and then your add your own art button. So it's all right there. The add your own art is the Easy Prints Plus, as we call it. So it is on a different set of pricing and a different turn time than if you just use our Easy Prints artwork here in EasyView. And Easy Prints artwork are our own clip art or our layout. You haven't uploaded anything. Now, it's not just here for screen printed transfers. You could use our digital transfers too. So we have a ton of preloaded artwork from Great Dane Graphics, full color that you could produce with our Ultra Color product line or our CAD Prints product line. So we have tons of different options regardless of what you need. Transfer Express has got it. So let's jump into what you need. You need a heat press. You don't need a fancy, expensive screen printing setup or a mega expensive direct-to-garment printer. All you need is a heat press. And that is really the advantage of transfers. With our goof-proof transfer, it applies in 4 to 6 seconds at 365 degrees. So it is very, very quick to produce. It's almost a print on demand. You just have to get the transfers in advance. One of the other benefits is if you stock a whole bunch of blank t-shirts, you don't need to print them all, and you could save them for future orders and just print them as needed, which we see a lot with the small businesses that are cropping up and really kind of promoting and going viral on TikTok. It's 1 or 2 styles of sweatshirt that they stock and then just print different designs on them. You could even stock the designs and save the designs as time goes on and reissue them or print them whenever they sell. So if you're running an online store, transfers really are the most economical and just profit-making way that you could create t-shirts and or sweatshirts, hoodies, tank tops, anything. Because usually if you're even going to like a bulk printer, like a Custom Ink or Vistaprint or 4imprint or any of those companies, you have to buy a set minimum. So you have to invest in at least 12, 24, sometimes 36 or 48 shirts right off the bat that are pre-printed. Not just a blank that you could add a print onto, but a pre-printed shirt, a retail ready product, but then you're stuck with those if it doesn't sell. And especially if it's a design that doesn't perform as well as some of your other designs, then you quite possibly have lost your investment, and you'll never be able to get back into the black with the profit margin. So that is when it is. Jay, this is absolutely live. We are 100% live going through this here today. So I hope you could hear and everything. It seems like everybody else is having issues, or no issues whatsoever. But yeah, we are 100% live on these webinars. So yes, absolutely. Transfers are the way to go. Let's start looking at the calendar now. Now, if we're in July, which we're going to be in a month, we need to start planning for back to school. So if the schools in your community wear uniforms, any orientation events, especially at like colleges or in that kind of collegiate realm, class of shirts. So a big way to welcome new classes into the school year is, this is the senior year. This is the class of 2022. We're ready to go and kind of energize that. School spirit wear is a huge one, especially when fall sports kick up. Regardless of specific to each sport, it is 100%, just dedicated to that school and wearable year round. Of course, first day of school and you got to get the Instagram pic of your kid going to school on the first day of school. It's a great way to introduce, t-shirts to any grade, to any level of school. So it's great to have those. We've even seen those branded to specific, elementary schools or kindergartens. They will have a class shirt celebrating that first day of school. So really kind of any occasion like that, just be thinking ahead and see the opportunity to provide for your community or the schools. So school uniforms really, really are a huge profit maker for our custom decorators out there. And using the gang sheets here, just like this perfect example on the right-hand side, you could print 3 different schools really right there, all in one gang sheet. And when you're charging the customer for, their own printing, you could, there's a huge profit margin when you're, taking the money from 3 different clients to one gang sheet. So, it's always good to work with your local school, your community, to set up a uniform program. Now, even with the gang sheets, if you aren't looking to maximize profit and maybe you're looking to outbid one of your competitors, the gang sheets allow you that wiggle room in your profit margin to be able to do that. Our Stalls Spirit sale helps you easily set up online stores specific to a certain school or sport, and allow them to order directly from there, where you could kind of manage that, the e-commerce side, the entire store for that organization or school, and even help you manage the production as it's tied in right with Stalls and Stalls Transfer Express. So you can let the school know that you offer 1-day turnaround too, which is another thing just here. This one color goof-proof transfer is available with a 1-day turnaround if ordered before 11 a.m. So you could always keep the transfers and a small quantity of blanks on hand, and then just print as the student orders, which is a huge benefit of the Spirit sale or Shopify. Paul, if you're looking to set prices for schools, the best way to do it is to kind of price around your local town. See if there's any custom screen printers and just act like you're a school or a buyer for a school and just try to get some quotes and see what they quote back on you. And then go run that against like a major company, like a Custom Ink or somebody like that, where you could get a good gauge of what the market rate is, and then look at the pricing of the transfers and the type of blanks that they're looking for. And then just make sure that you could cover your own profit margin. We want to make sure that you're making money. And, if you use the gang sheets correctly, you could be making quite a bit of money, especially if you're talking school uniforms for an entire elementary school. Even in small towns, that still is quite a lot of shirts. Continuing with the school uniforms, a lot of schools do offer like the physical education, the gym class uniform. So everybody's able to change into it and change out of it. One really cool thing about our goof-proof screen printed transfers is that if you leave a little blank white space, just like shown here on the Freeport shorts or shirt, you could easily take a Sharpie and write on it, and it withstands the wash. It's really, really cool. So that was just something that we've seen our customers do. And we were like, well, we got to test this ourselves. And we test it, and sure enough, it works awesome. So orientation events are another great opportunity here when we start looking into the early fall, that August timeframe. Definitely college freshman orientation. Usually they show up a week before the rest of the sophomores, juniors, seniors in the college level kind of come in, just to get them orientated with the actual campus and the class flow, the actual layout of the school, where the classes are, the instructors, professors, and get immersed into that community. And that is one, getting everybody the same apparel or offerings kind of helps build that community that they're trying to forge there. High school orientation is very much the same way. Middle school orientations, or the welcome to kindergarten, definitely new student registration, handing somebody a t-shirt right when they are, registering on site to get them excited to be attending the school. And one great way to do this is partner with somebody in your local community and set up on-site printing. So just stock a whole bunch of blanks, approved artwork just like this from the Washington Elementary, and be printing on site. Now, if you use anything like, if you have a CAD cutter or anything at home, you could even be, you could bring that on site as well and customize right away. If you do have a little bit of lead time, the express names from Transfer Express are an absolute awesome tool. They're as low as like $1.80 a piece, and you could get custom names in a variety of sizes and a ton of different fonts. All you pretty much do is just go on our express names, type in a text field of what you want us to print and what font, and sure enough, those ship same day if ordered before 11. So those are super, super quick if you are personalizing any of this stuff for the kiddos. Now, class of shirts are a completely different beast. They come in the springtime and they come in the fall as well. Get those seniors really, really jazzed to be starting their last year. And the best way to do it is encourage that in the beginning of the school year. Now, there's always going to be that kind of last hurrah at the springtime, which could offer an additional opportunity if you're changing the design or anything to get it going. I know when I was a senior in high school, I couldn't wait to get going. And I was really proud of the class. When you're with the same group of people for a long time, there is really that sense of community in class, and you're in it together. So you could even do this not just for seniors, but for the incoming freshmen, the sophomore, juniors, the spirit contests that kind of happen a lot in that early stages as the schools are trying to make those classes feel like they're together, they're in it together, and there's that like kind of competition with the other grades. So it's a great opportunity to kind of seize on here when we're talking about going back to school. School spirit wear is another topic of that, from sports, like you could see here down here in the middle, or even just elementary schools and getting kids looking sharp for if they're going to go on class field trips, or anything kind of like that. So with schools back in person this year, this is going to be huge. We are forecasting just an explosive growth of apparel. Just, welcome back. The Zoom classes are over. So Spirit Sale from Stalls was specifically built for this. Or you could go old school with an order form. So we have an awesome example of creating work order forms that you could use for absolutely free right there on the blog. If Mike behind the scenes could dump that link, because that link's not clickable right there in the PowerPoint presentation here, and then just put it in the comments there so everybody could get straight to it. But if you just need any help on anything, if you scroll all the way to the bottom of our blog, there's an absolutely incredible search feature. We spent so much time tagging the actual blog post to make sure that you could find anything you need easily, just to make sure that it's going to help you the best it can. So using full color, make sure you use Ultra Color Soft. It is a great way to just do almost limitless detail on your transfers while not making it vinyl or anything too thick. It has a great soft to hand touch, and it really helps you stand out. So when you're doing designs over that 1 to 2, 3 color plastisol print, that's when it's time to switch on over to the Ultra Color line, just like the Clayton Elementary School logo right there. So it's running a few different colors in there, and it's much more inexpensive to be printing using the Ultra Color Soft. The first day of school, always just like that little cute kiddo. Class of 2027, that's a shirt he's going to grow into. And, you know, offering those up to first graders or kind of the start of any of those milestone grades, even kindergarten. Like, they love, parents want to take that Instagram photo, and they're going to take that photo every year. They're going to keep that shirt around, and getting in and being able to advertise those with a local school. Like, you know, class of 2027 started at, you know, Emerson Elementary School. So like, it kind of brands them, and it could show where they've grown from. So these are actually really, really cool for the kids to do. And I'm thinking about doing this exact same thing with my daughter. Now, as we move into August, the school year's starting, but the fall sports are really kicking up. I know high school football starts, you know, right after like the second week of school. The soccer, cross country, volleyball, golf, cheer. I think in some school systems like tennis or a lot of those other sports are kicking up right at the same time. So the fall sports, as they come through, are a huge opportunity to connect with your local schools and really, really just, you could make so much money and revenue with just one sport. If you're talking football, you know, there's 60 kids on the team. There's 10 coaches, and doing any of that stuff like really, really helps. So teamwear is absolutely a huge part of that. Not only could you be doing the jerseys with our Elastiprints, but you could provide packs. So it's a t-shirt, a practice jersey, the cinch sack, or like those tote bags. The cinch sack there, like the bottom right-hand corner with the Westbridge Volleyball Cougars. Those are awesome for any student athletes who are constantly, you know, moving their cleats around or throwing them in their locker, and it helps them keep everything kind of clean. It's not, you know, the dirt's not getting mixed in with the books or science experiments they're bringing to school. So you could absolutely put these bundles together, and the bundles are where you could really, really make a lot of money, especially if you're only printing one gang sheet and providing 5 or 6 different designs or 5 or 6 different actual items. Now, of course, you could use the same design on a, you know, a tote bag or a cinch sack or a backpack as you do on the jersey or like the practice t-shirt or the under t-shirt. I think when I played high school football, we had 2 different kinds of t-shirts. We had our practice jersey, we had our game jerseys, we had a cinch sack that they gave us. We had custom socks, even a hoodie, a tank top. Like, they gave us so much apparel to wear. It gets everybody, you know, pumped to be on the same team, and it builds that sense of team, along with everybody then wears this to school, and it helps energize the entire student body around that sport. So teams often have motivation slogans and will absolutely need t-shirts. So it's a great way to, you know, hit at the core values of that team, or really kind of, you know, rub elbows with the coach, and they'll be pumped that their core values are instated every single day that those athletes are putting on those t-shirts. Teamwear, just completely related with that. Like right here, the hoodies, personalized with the number. A lot of those, you know, cross-country sports have the warm-up gear. And as we move into the winter sports, you know, like basketball warm-up suits, the tennis players, you know, have a plethora of different apparel that they wear when they're practicing or when it's on game day and when they're sitting watching their team perform. Do not forget about Powder Puff. They have jerseys and hoodies, and then a lot of spirit wear. I know at my own high school, there was like the entire student body showed up for that game, and just I think they cheered harder for the Powder Puff League than they did the actual football team. But you know, we did okay. We weren't the best, but we had fun, and that's what it counts. So teamwear, as we're talking about the jerseys, we do have numbers available that you could buy. The number packs range from different fonts, colors, even different ink types, depending on what you're printing on, be it, you know, the cotton or the polyester jerseys, like the football jerseys. They are absolutely super durable. They really they look great on the football field, even after getting beat up by shoulder pads and helmets. And so we have the Champ for cotton and poly cotton, and the Champ Pro for 100% polyester. So those are just the different ink types. I talked about the different color combinations that we have. There are tons of different varieties, and those ship same day. So those are a really, really quick turn. And if you want to customize numbers for yourself, you can put them on a gang sheet or whatnot. But the most popular way we see that the decorators are providing custom numbers on apparel is absolutely our stock numbers. So the perfect pairing alignment is an awesome feature, and we're so proud of it. It makes it so easy for you to quickly put numbers on anything and make sure that they are aligned. All you do is touch the sides of the paper. We have everything expertly spaced and aligned. So all you have to do is just line it up. Like right here, the volleyball jersey right there, Levine 14. So all that is just think if you built kind of a block with the name up top, have that transfer touch the two numbers on the top side, and just align the edges of the numbers together. And there you have it. It is perfectly centered, perfectly straight, perfectly spaced, and just makes printing numbers absolutely so easy. Tailgating and fan gear is also a huge, huge market for everything from the little leagues all the way up to the collegiate. And even if you go to an NFL game or anything in the fall, everybody's wearing replica jerseys. So not getting into any of the licensing talk for the professional league or even collegiate teams, but a lot of high schools use free use logos. And you could, especially if you are decorating for that school, making replica jerseys, and people like putting the name on the back, or they'll put mom, so it's just the number. My son is wearing number 80. I have a number 80 jersey, but on the back it says dad on it. So those replica jerseys are really, really cool. The gear to wear into the stadium, so if it is the seat covers for the bleacher, those we've seen decorated with heat transfers. Coolers, so that you could take on site, rally towels. And if you haven't seen a goof-proof printed towel, buckle up, because it looks better than real screen printing, because it kind of holds the fibers down, as it is the ink all gelled together before you apply it. So it holds the fibers down, and it's less likely to get kind of pulled back up or picked up like a traditional screen print would be when you just lay the ink down on it. It looks so pro. I have never seen another decoration method printing on towels better than the goof-proof. The rally towels, the flags, even if you do the little car flags, we've seen those decorated. Goof-proof will apply to nylon in specific instances, especially if it's not waterproofed in any way, or it will not be laundered. It looks great on nylon. The can coolers too, the koozies, everybody wants to keep their drink hot or cold, respectively, and it's a great way to show your support for any team. As we move into September, now everything's, the weather's getting a little bit chillier, and I know that's the last thing we want to think about now that everything's finally starting to warm up again. But you could be looking into Breast Cancer Awareness Month and Halloween. So there's going to be tons of fundraising walks, the school events, the team events, and the best way to leverage these to any organization is make sure that a portion of the sale goes to the cause. So it's awesome to be able to provide those at a slightly lower profit margin. You feel good about it, and maybe if you're already ingrained with it, you could be putting sponsor logos on it. So if you are a custom decorator, making sure that your logo is included, and offer those t-shirts at a even lower price point, maybe even just at your cost, but to them for the retail sale value of what product you're offering. It builds the value in there for you. So, and they're able to still make money off of it. They're getting it at a lower price so that they can be making money to go back to the cause. And then you feel good supporting your community, supporting a good cause. And it's not just breast cancer walks that happen in here. There's Relay for Life and a lot of those other run walk fundraisers that are happening in your community. And it's great. We encourage anybody to get involved. It's a great way to meet people, and getting your logo on the outside of those t-shirts exposes your business to an exponential amount of possible customers. So really, really cool to use. Of course, Halloween. Halloween parties or school events, haunted houses, trick-or-treat bags. There's tons of stuff that you could be doing. Those tote bags that are custom decorated are a huge thing that you see at the trunk or treat, you know, and a lot of times they end up just being like printed plastic bags that get used once and tossed out. Where if you could, with screen printed transfers, you could fit possibly 4 tote bags on one screen printed sheet, where it just builds the value, and you're able to offer those at like $2 or $3 a pop because you have such a minimal cost invested into them. And, you know, if you're selling 48, those tote bags could be as low as like $1 a piece, sometimes even less. And when you get into the kind of like non-woven varieties, you have to be very careful because they will melt under a heat press, where something maybe like the Elastaprints would work when you're using a little bit lower application temperature. But the goof proof works great. It looks fantastic on cotton tote bags, like up there on the left-hand picture. But yeah, Halloween parties, Halloween dances, there's tons of stuff that come up during the Halloween months. Especially even all the way up to the collegiate level. So as we're in October, you have a lot to start looking forward to as things get real chilly and we start entering the holiday season. And this is an awesome opportunity where you could start looking at everything from Thanksgiving to Veterans Day. You're looking at outerwear, blankets, especially as those fall sports roll on into the colder months. We didn't really talk about it as like the fan wear, but you see it a lot in going, you know, all the way into sometimes into December, where the high school playoffs for football and stuff are going, where it's really important to keep people, you know, warm in the stands. Amanda, I did say that some of the non-woven tote bags, so they like are those synthetic reusable shopping bags that you see out a lot of times. You just have to be careful of what transfer type you're using on them, because they can start to melt under higher heat. Always check and always test is something that we always recommend doing before you get a large run, which if you're working a month ahead, you have plenty of time to order sample tote bags in, see which ones are compatible with maybe some goof-proof transfers you have laying around. You're heat pressing just little corners on them to make sure they're not scorching. Absolutely, the goof-proof being so versatile, I love that it presses at 4 seconds at the 365, but with a longer increased dwell time. I'll always defer to your instructions, but there are 2 application variations that you could use with the goof proof, all the way from 365 degrees or all the way down to 325 degrees, depending on the material that you're printing on. And that makes a huge difference when you're talking about printing, you know, polos, where a lot of them have high polyester content and scorch. Now, the dark colors usually scorch more than the lighter colors do, or at least it's more noticeable on darker colors. So obviously using a lower temperature. Now, if you're doing 100% polyester polos, I absolutely ask that you do the Elastaprints. It is a awesome transfer that is designed for a low temperature application, and it really, really reduces the chance of you scorching polyester, especially under that 300 degree mark. We do have quick reference sheets of the pricing and the transfers offered. If you signed up for a dealer account on transferexpress.com, we sent you a welcome kit with a little quick reference guide in there. If you have our buyer's guide for 2021 from a previous marketing kit that you purchased or a previous sample pack, those are in there too. It's like on one of the first few pages. It has an entire chart of what prints on what, and kind of the benefit of what each transfer type is. It also has the application instructions in a quick, easy to read guide, which is super helpful to use. And I see Mike in there kind of telling everybody where we're going to be. Yes, absolutely, like polypropylene, like we had in there. But yeah, it's going to be awesome to see you guys at a lot of these shows. If you haven't put the name together, I am the Dave that's in a lot of those YouTube videos. So it's going to be so awesome to be able to provide some education. And I saw there was a comment in there about the classes that we have at a lot of these trade shows and events that are built to help you. So absolutely, I'm really excited to get out there, and it's going to be so nice being with people again after it's felt like so long we've been apart and we've been doing these virtual webinars, to actually get in front of a room of people and interact and be able to, you know, ask real questions and just enjoy the company of one another. I am so excited to get to the Graphics Pro Expo next week. But yeah, if you like a lot of this content, we do have we have tons of stuff on our YouTube, so make sure you go over there and subscribe. CJ, we do have a list of events on our website that we're going to be traveling to, and we try to keep that updated all the time. Now, that is still mixed in with real events and in-person events and our virtual events like we have coming up. We have Toast to Transfers, which is like a make and sip or a wine and design kind of event we have a little kind of like pack of transfers and some items that you could heat print along with us. The event's happening July 1st. The kit's on sale until June 22nd, so just maybe another week here, or until they sell out. I know we're getting kind of close to selling out. So if you're thinking about wanting some cool items for 4th of July, head on over to transferexpress.com. It is right up in the top header, right when you get to it, that banner image, Toast to Transfers. And it's just going to be an awesome event. It's super casual, just like this webinar, a very similar format, but we'll be on with Stephanie, who has been awesome on our Facebook Lives. If you've tuned into Facebook, if you follow us on Facebook, every other Thursday we're doing a Facebook Live, kind of covering some application techniques or showing off the new layouts of what we have. So we're going to be doing that, but we'll be showing you all this cool stuff of what you could do with transfers, and it really just drives home the power of the gang sheet, because it's one sheet and you are going to be printing several different products with it: koozies, tote bags, t-shirts, all with one sheet. And it's how you're going to maximize your profit printing with custom transfers. So we're really, really excited for that. And that's on the event page as well. Yes, Tawny, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. We are so excited to see you there. Paul, the show is in Indianapolis at the Indiana Convention Center right there by Lucas Oil Stadium. And I believe, I'm not sure now, but the registration was free for a while. Just go to Graphics Pro Expo. Just type that into Google and you'll see Indy pop up as the next show. And I believe you could still register for it. If it's not still free, it is a very, very low cost. Yeah, if you come out, Paul, absolutely say hi. I'm Dave. I will be there at the Transfer Express booth, and I will also be at our classes as well that we're teaching on site on Wednesday. So it's just in the middle of the week. Wednesday morning, we'll be doing a lot and going over a lot of stuff. So let's continue here into the calendar as we go into these fall months. So outerwear and blankets, ultra color stretch applies to nylon jackets, which is really, really cool. The nylon, lycra, spandex, all of those kind of like weird synthetic materials, ultra color stretch is specifically made for. You could add blankets to your kind of spirit wear or fan wear bundle if you even want to. A lot of parents watching soccer, as like I had mentioned in the later months of the season, football, those outdoor sports start to get real chilly. And what better way to show your support than with a blanket? Like I mentioned before, the seat covers, there's just the possibilities are endless. And especially if something's made out of cotton or a cotton polyester blend, it is 100% printable with the goof proof. Of course, always test before you decide to do a full run, but make sure you have it. And then Will, go to the Resolution Center. If you have any issues whatsoever ever with any of our transfers, make sure you just go to your dealer dashboard, go to the Resolution Center and fill out a resolution, and we will jump on it to help you out. We want to make sure that you are having the best success. And like I've talked about here, sometimes the timelines get real tight and you could get in a bind, and we want to be there to help you out. We aim for perfection, but everybody's human and sometimes mistakes happen. We want to make sure that you have a great experience with our products. So go to the Resolution Center and fill out a resolution. We'll be contacting you very shortly. We do have some blank book bags, backpacks, tote bags, transferexpress.com. If you go over to wholesale apparel, there's a ton of stuff in there. Use the search feature in wholesale apparel. It will find things a little bit easier than the global site if you just type up in the search bar. But even if you type in the search bar and you're looking specific for apparel, look all the way to the right-hand side on the results, because the apparel is filtered out separately than the regular content that's on the website. So we try to keep it very, very easy. And so here we go. So even the waterproof jackets or the, we've seen people even decorating on like Snuggies. So it's a great way to personalize it for, any occasion, not just a sports season. Thanksgiving, there's tons of turkey trots and marathon races. There's turkey bowls, a lot of family flag football games, or the community, the apartment building football game that happens. I know when I was in college, a whole bunch of buddies got together right before we left. And we even had like custom little jerseys that we'd make for each team, because we wanted it to be cool. We wanted it to look official. We'd even paint the lines on the ground and use little pylons that we bought on Amazon. But it's just fun stuff like that. And if you look at these decorating opportunities early enough in advance, especially if you have a good core group of customers, just putting examples out there could help spur some of your customers to make that purchasing decision. If you are hosting a huge Thanksgiving, or a Friendsgiving, we've seen a lot of people do now, tablecloths, napkins, any personalized items like that are really, really super affordable and easy to sell to customers. I know my family does a Friendsgiving where we kind of welcome anybody and everybody into our home to just spend time with them. And especially after last year, where a lot of these festivities were scaled back, we're looking for a huge blowout party this year. And I hope you guys are too. And hopefully as things go through the fall, that we all stay safe and healthy and we're able to celebrate with our families and just really have a great time again. So you're going to see a lot of these, I think you're going to see a lot of these occasions and events and holidays just kind of, it's a huge reason to celebrate, and giving everybody some piece of custom apparel or custom decorated napkins or, a Friendsgiving thing are awesome. You can't necessarily download samples, Ghani, but you could absolutely request them on our website. And Greg, there will absolutely be a recording. We'll post it onto our YouTube channel. And if you're registered for this and here, we will send you an email with it. So just make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel for all of the updates. And this webinar should be getting up there about tomorrow morning. Veterans Day, another huge one. Now, one of the stock transfers that we offer here at Transfer Express are flag packs. So they come in packs of 50 and they're perfectly sized for sleeve prints, so that 2-inch by 3-inch area. We've seen them in upper back prints, or people even buying express names and matching the flag with an express name when they print it. We do offer them in both regular and reversed. And we strongly encourage you to do it right. When flags are reversed, you wear them on the right shoulder. So it has to do with the proper display of the flag. And you may have seen this on, if you have anybody in the armed services, they always wear the United States flag on their right arm, but it is the, you always want to display the blue field of stars in the highest position of honor. So if they're charging into battle, or, then it's waving backwards, kind of is the best way to think about it. So when you're viewing the flag on a wall, the highest position is always going to be that upper left-hand corner. If you're displaying the flag vertically, it should be in the upper left-hand corner. But when displayed on a moving object, like a person, a vehicle, the highest position of honor is in the front, not in the rear. So that's why it is reversed, if you've been wondering. That's a hot tip that I learned not too long ago. And it came from seeing military service uniforms and wondering why it was reversed. So that's why. You'll see that the same way on, you'll see that the same way on even down to sports uniforms where they're wearing it on their right shoulder. Winter sports are going to be coming up right after the fall sports. So it's best to stay tuned into those same kind of athletic programs that you could service for the fall, go right into the winter, especially if you're able to use gang sheets and kind of underbid the local competition, or maybe you run a sporting goods store or are affiliated with your local sporting goods store, that you could kind of keep that business. If they've used you for the fall, they're going to come right back for you for the winter, and you want to stay competitive. So, but you also want to be making money. I don't want you to sell yourself short ever. You are absolutely worth your time and money. In my past careers as a designer, that's something that I always tried to stress with my friends, and even stress for the business that I was doing for myself on the side. Your time is worth money. Don't sell yourself short. And a lot of times, people will scoff at a price, but they're not going to be able to get it cheaper anywhere else or in the quality that you're going to be able to offer. So believe in yourself, believe in your product. And if you have a top-notch product and a top-notch service, people will pay for it. So we believe in you, and you should believe in yourself too. So for winter sports, an awesome, awesome way that you could maximize the resale value or even the value in it is using reversible jerseys. So we see it a lot for, you have your home jersey and your away jersey, and there's a ton of different options right now available that have different colors, just like here on the upper right-hand side and layout QBK 148 there with the basketball layout. But it is the same exact jersey, blue on the outside, white on the inside, or vice versa. You could just go ahead and just turn it inside out, and you have your away jersey, you have your home jersey, and that's all just one gang sheet, some stock numbers, and the names on the back. Super, super easy to be able to use and provide, an awesome double use jersey for those teams. Your price is always based on the total when you do a color change. So you could add, it's only $15 per color. So even if you're adding more colorways, the same exact artwork, the same exact gang sheet, it's just a $15 charge, and you still get that huge quantity break, especially if you're doing a basketball team. And if you're doing the inside and outside, it's a lot of printing. But the more you print, the less the per piece cost is too. So you're getting the transfers instead of you're buying, 10, it's $6. But if you're buying 100, it's like $2 a transfer. So especially when you're building, if it's the CYO logo on there as well with the basketball, the layout, you could really, really build in a lot of profit margin for yourself ordering these correctly and using our easy view layouts, because those are even cheaper if you're uploading your own art. But we still absolutely allow you to upload your own art. We know teams have logos and specific branding that they want to keep on their stuff. And a lot of the stuff, to be completely honest, you can recreate in EasyView Online Designer. We are really, really ingrained into sports. And so you'll see it's probably not going to be exact, but it very well may be the exact cardinal or bear or cougar or whatever the mascot is. There's a ton in there. All you have to do is go look. So wrestling singlets are sometimes really hard to heat print if you're not using the right material. When you get that lycra or spandex in there, those synthetic fibers tend to burn or scorch easily, or because of the stretchiness of the fabric, the print either cracks because it can't stretch with it. So something like an ultra color stretch is an awesome, awesome option to be able to print. And those transfers stretch with any material. So especially in those super stretchy leotards or gymnastics leotards, you want something that's going to stretch. So make sure you use a transfer like the ultra color stretch. In November, we start to work towards the end of the year. You're thinking about Christmas. You're thinking about the end of the year. You're thinking about, the staying warm by the fire as it really starts getting cold. So you got to think about Christmas. We have a huge ebook filled with 25 ideas of stuff that you could print. We see people using heat transfers for specific custom gifts. If you're doing custom decorations, for the past couple years, I've given gifts using custom t-shirts for my friends and family. If those people that you're always like, man, what should I buy for them? They already have everything. Or those people are really hard to shop for. Just putting a little bit of thought and creating them something custom specifically to them, or specific to the family. If you're doing like here shown the kind of matching pajamas, you could even make the specific family pajamas to make everybody look cute and cuddly. Now that I'm a dad, I absolutely love doing everything I can to embarrass my daughter. So I have too much fun getting everybody together in matching pajamas and stuff. Paul, if you need something, recreating something in EasyView, we could try to help you. We'd love to walk you through on the phone. We have an entire webinar, and we're actually developing a whole bunch of more content about EasyView walkthroughs. It's not too hard. Even if you have no prior design knowledge, if you just start browsing all of our layouts, you could get some really great ideas or see something that's going to work for you. And all you have to do is change maybe the font or the text, change the ink colors, change the background color. So EasyView is just a super, super, powerful tool that you could use. But yeah, if you have, if our helper behind the scenes could jump in here and possibly link in that ebook. I see he's answering a whole bunch of questions in there, and I love that you guys are such a talkative bunch today. But yeah, the holiday ebook, it's a great way that you could get some ideas for everything from ornaments to pajamas, t-shirts, gifts. Everything's in there that you could be really maximizing the power of transfers. As we move into December, you're looking towards that new year. So a lot of New Year printing. There's those huge New Year's celebrations that sometimes come with little merch bundles. So finding and identifying those early, usually those like big New Year's Eve galas, start selling. The pre-sale starts very early. And they're trying to get a head count of how many people are coming so they could plan, the food options or the drink options, how much staffing they'll need, which is an awesome time as a custom decorator to approach them and say, hey, are you guys offering custom t-shirts or a swag bag? A lot of times tote bags are used in there, and they are just such an easy item to heat print and have an awesome result. You could, especially with the goof-proof printing at 4 seconds, you could knock 100 of those tote bags out very, very quickly. So they're a great way to use it. Of course, the fun shirts, if everybody's going out, if you are if you're selling your own designs, making shirts to sell for New Year's, the Pop Fizz Clink or the Ball Drop. You see a lot of people, and especially now that things are opening back up, going to New York City to watch the Ball Drop. And, they're doing their family trip, or they're doing a girls trip, or they're planning it with like a bachelorette party. And so there is that kind of, you could create those custom shirts if you're an Etsy seller or customizing them for people. This is a great opportunity to try to get out there. And especially if you advertise early enough, when you're in December or even late November, when people are really in that habit to buy, they know something's coming up, they know they have that trip booked, that you could jump onto that and capture that sale. We do have a ton of metallic ink colors, the pearl ink colors, and you could add it, you could make it sparkle and shine and make it really, really cool. You could even use window decals and our stickers to customize disposable drinkware, the champagne flutes, if you're hosting your own party or know somebody who's hosting a party, and you could brand that glassware. And that really, really helps just kind of make everything feel concise. The party feels cool, and oh, wow, there's some custom glasses. It's an awesome touch and an awesome selling opportunity with some Transfer Express products that you could use. But that is it. If anybody else has any other questions, I would love to answer them right now. I could possibly scroll back through here to see if there's any questions that we didn't answer. But if you liked this content, there's going to be an ebook coming. Make sure that you go over to our YouTube page to subscribe. We are posting content like this and even more in-depth content every single week. The webinars go up there, and the backlog of all of our webinars are up there too. All you have to do is just search. A lot of times, just search what you want, what you're looking to find in Transfer Express. We have a lot there. Also, if you have any ideas or you want to see us feature something on our YouTube channel, drop a comment on one of the YouTube videos or drop a comment right here in the comment section. And we are absolutely, we want to help you guys out, like I mentioned earlier. So anything we could do to help you out, just go ahead and leave it here. Kathy, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. We're almost set here. The book's going to be ready probably early July. Be looking for that. Alex, I saw that you asked that. Yes, we're slamming on orders. We're trying to get everything out as fast as possible. We've just seen such a huge boom of people starting their t-shirt businesses or really ramping up their t-shirt businesses. The pandemic was a kind of great time for a lot of people to reevaluate what they wanted in a career, and they shifted over to running a successful t-shirt business. And I know that you guys can too, if you're not doing that already. T-shirts are something that you're never going to be able to download. You can't download a t-shirt. Just how like people say like, oh, print's dead. Never. The apparel industry is here to stay. You're never going to be able to download a t-shirt. You're always going to have people and the demand. And this calendar just really helps show you how many different opportunities there are throughout the entire year that you are able to sell custom printed merchandise or if you are printing your own designs and running your own store, that you could take advantage of to pepper in with your other collections. Now, one thing we always recommend is staying in tune with the current events, because a lot of those will inform, if it's a hot topic or something trending, that you could jump on right away and be able to sell those before anybody else. EasyView makes that possible. We're always looking up-to-date trends and current events, pop culture, so that we can make stuff that's going to fit in and help drive the bottom line. Tawny, thank you so much. We are so helpful, or we so thankful that you enjoyed this, and we're so happy to help. We are always happy to help. Goofproof works well for 3 colors, 4 colors, 5 colors. It just starts to get a little expensive, where the ultra color transfer could be a little bit more cost effective. And so, yeah, 3 colors is kind of the limit for the Goofproof. But man, I absolutely love the look of a multicolor screen print. And if you have the profit margin built in, a 2-color or a 3-color Goofproof screen print just looks phenomenal. And when it's printed onto a shirt properly, the 365 4 seconds with a pre-press, get that moisture out. It's durable up to 50 washes. It looks identical to if you screen printed directly on the shirt. You don't have to worry about any messy chemicals or emulsion or keeping your screens at the right tension or meshes. As you can tell, I've screen printed a lot in my life, and nothing is as easy. And especially too, if you're screen printing, there's tons of times where it's frustrating. You're getting the bleed through. It's a hassle sometimes before you start getting a retail ready sellable product. With heat transfers, the first time I ever used heat transfers, absolutely perfect, and looked like it could be on the shelf at Target. So thank you guys so much for attending. Shipping and label for Spirit Sale process. We have, if you were in our webinar 2 weeks ago, we covered a lot of Spirit Sale, but I'll see if we could get something about the entire shipping and label creation kind of for that back end of the sales cycle on Spirit Sale. If you go to the YouTube, there is there's the Spirit Sale on there, and I believe Josh touched on that a little bit. But of course, if you have any questions about Spirit Sale, just reach out to us. There's an entire team that Stalls has dedicated to helping Spirit Sale customers grow their business and using that platform effectively and correctly. So yes, absolutely. You could reach out to info at, there we go. My helper behind the scenes, Mike, threw that webinar link up there to the YouTube. But yeah, email info@transferexpress.com. We'll be able to get that sorted and get you the help needed, and direct you to the team of people that's built to make people succeed here on Spirit Sale. But again, I'm Dave with Transfer Express. I'll see you guys on the YouTube channel or at some events here as the events are opening back up and we're back out into the community, the trade shows, the Impressions Expo, the Graphics Pro Expo, which used to be the NBM show if you're familiar with the industry. But guys, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And until next time, happy pressing.